And moving on to the next part of the agenda, we're going to check the Jupyter Notebook download and its workflow, okay? In the last session, we checked how to download Jupyter Notebook, but we realized that we need kind of a much more fluent or a much more kind of robust workflow to test this Alana Pi script, okay? So if we open Alana and we go, in this case, we're going to run a DCA. Let's remember that we have here in the upper side, in the upper right side of the screen, we have the documentation section. If we go here, we're going to the Jupyter notebooks or the Jupyter workbooks, in this case, that are given to you by Alana. Here we can modify certain settings, but you can see all of the things that we've done so far. The exploratory data analysis, the world dashboard, the field dashboard, and its workflows are stored here. We're going to, in this case, go to the automated multi-scenario DCA Loma Campana, which we did in a couple of weeks ago, but we are going to, in this session, we're going to download it. As you can see here, you either download it as a source file for Jupyter Notebooks or for Jupyter Lab, or its presentation in PDF form. Okay. In this case, we're going to download this IPyNBA file. In this case, it's called session 4 because this workbook was developed in the 4th session of these weekly meetings. And in this case, I'm just going to move it to, in this case, to my folder, or the folder where I'm doing all the live sessions of this Orca Hub dynamics. So excellent. We're going to move this session 4 file here. We're going to rename it. In this case, I'm going to rename it to Alana Pi. There you go. If we open it, you will be able to see that all the workflows, all the blocks, the markdown blocks and the code blocks are here, as exactly as you saw it on the workbook in the Alana website. There we go. You will be able to see all of its components in your local computer, in this case, my Jupyter Lab. The only thing that we are going to do, it's, as you can see here, we're importing Alana API version 2, which is a file. In this case, we're going to redo this line, this code line, and we are just going to import Alana Pi, which is the official library of the script that you just downloaded from the PyPy repository. Okay. In this case, just for the sake of keeping the instance Alana API version 2, I can import it and rename it or import it as in this case, import NumPy as a couple of words. I can only do Alana API version 2. There you go. Oops, I misspelled this, Alana. Excellent. In this, if I do this, I won't be breaking any instance of this Alana API version 2, but we will not be accessing the local file. We'll be accessing the downloaded script from the PyPy library. Okay, so let's remember what else do we need to change in order to completely run this workflow. If we go through the file, the workflow, we will be able to see that we have a string here, the Loma Campana. We are installing several, in this case, the volume library. We are just declaring new variables. In this case, the new data frame Wells field. We are creating new function and so on and so forth. So the only thing that is going to make us have like a conflict if we don't change it, let's remember that all of this is going to be stored. In this case, we're going to run a DCA case, and we need to create a DCA master, a scenario. We will need only to change the name in order to avoid any kind of problem or conflict if we have two scenarios of the same name. In this case, the dictionary that it's fed to the DCA API, we have a string for that DCA name, for the DCA master. In this case, this is the workflow that we developed a couple of weeks ago. We are going to change it to Alana Pi. This is a scenario with the for this DCA case. We have several the primary forecast will start on this date. It's going to be the exponential ARPS declined. I just forgot about it. The declined form, it will be exponential. We're going to use monthly data, and we're going to check for the primary fluid phase, which will be the oil phase. Okay, we've already changed this scenario. What else? I did as well created another scenario, but instead of the exponential form, I'm going to use the hyperbolical. So in this case, I'm just going to change live for Alana Pi. And there you go. I'm using the monthly data, the oil primary phase, and so on. And that's it. What would happen if I go all the way to the upper part of the workflow and just click on this restart kernel and run all cells? If we are completely sure that the workflow is correct, we will be able to run it without any issues, and we will be able to see the results on the front end, which we are going to do that right now. And just for the sake of the exercise, for you guys to be completely sure that we're not going to use this file, I'm going to rename it. I'm going to rename it to _local. So if just for you guys to see that we're not using this local file, right? What happened? It didn't change. And there you go, it changed. Okay, so let's click on this little button, and we're going to restart its kernel of this file. There you go. It's restarting the kernel. It's importing. It has already import. We have the execution. And let's remember, in order to work with Alana in this Python form, we will need we need the Alana token. And that Alana token, let's remember back, it's able for you guys to download it from, or you guys to get it from your settings, from the settings module in the Alana web. Here we have the Alana token. You only need to type your email and your password, and you will have a pop-out window that will have the string that is your Alana token. In this case, I'm just going to paste it here. There you go. This getPass function, it's quite interesting, quite powerful for this kind of sessions, these online sessions. And as you can see, there you go. We have connection established successfully, and the workflow is being done. In this case, right now we are importing. The kernel is trying to import volume, which it's already installed. There you go. And just without clicking Control or Shift Enter, the workflow is being run automatically. Okay. We're going down. There you go. The DCA input. This is it. These are all the wells that we're going to make the DCA analysis to. And there you go. We have declared the dictionary that it's going to be fed to the API. And there you go. The DCA master, it's successfully being created. And this run DCA function, it's still working, as you can see here with this little symbol on the kernel execution. I remember that in the last session that we did this workflow, it took like 45 seconds, I think. But anyway, let's go to the front end. There you go. It took 1 minute and 2 seconds to run this the wells with these the 25 wells. And right now it's running the hyperbolical form for the Vaca Muerta, the 25 wells of the Vaca Muerta field in Argentina. And let's go to the front end to check for the results. If we go to the DCA module, here let's go into the scenario management to check and look for, there you go. Here we have with this ID 73, we have Alana Pi exponential DCA of Vaca Muerta. And as you can see, if you go into the details of the table, you will be able to see that it has been created just recently, today. And here we have the 74, which goes for the hyperbolical form of the DCA for the Vaca Muerta 25 wells that we just did. So the scenario has been created successfully. Now we go to the analysis tab, and we look here in the select scenario, the Alana Pi. Let's check for first the exponential DCA. In this case, we're going to only see the wells with DCA, and there you go. The 25 wells are here stored successfully, and there you go. We are able to see the executions or the DCA for each wells that we run or we indicated in these workflows. As simple as that. In 2 minutes, you guys were able to download a notebook, installed or upgrade the Alana Pi script from the PyPy library, and run the whole workflow without any issues. And you are able to see the results on the front end. As well, if you want to edit several things here, you are able to do so. I'm not going to do that. That's a matter of, or that's topic of another session. But the next steps will be to analyze all of this, go well by well to check for the checking the DCA curve. And if someone needs to edit its analysis, you will be able to do so with the lasso tool and so on, and re-evaluate and save and so on and so forth. As you can see here, you have several KPIs with data. In this case, we would need to run the water and gas simulations in order to get the appropriate gas and water reserves, and as well its plots. In this case, interesting. There you go. We don't have a gas oil ratio, so that's why we don't have the gas phase run. But I think that as well, you have here the scenario comparison. If I go into the Alana Pi exponential and the Alana Pi hyperbolical, these were the two scenarios that we run, and just check for this well and plot it. we will be able to check its historical, and in this case, let's see if we are able to do some zoom to look for the, as you guys can see, the curves are quite the same in those two ARPS methods. Let's go back. Oops, they're both of them, they're there, but they are kind of exactly the same, so that's why we're not being able to see it. Let's check for another well. We run it, but there you go. Interesting. There you go. We can see here the difference. In this case, the orange one, the exponential, it's way too much drastic, way too much, almost zero in this for this forecast. So we will be able to check as well the summary table with several KPIs. Okay, so that will kind of end up this first the second part of today's agenda. Let's go, and for the last part, we're going to check the forecasting production with the well type module in the Alana web. Okay, so let's go back to Alana, to the Alana web app. Let's go to the well type.